So for this project, I had purchased several different molds. This red and purple one I got for $3.99 from a store called Sense, which is owned by Home Goods. And they're actually baking molds, but they're silicone, so I figured they'd be fine for pouring resin in. And this one with the alphabet on it, I got for $10.99, and I bought this a long time ago, but I want to say I got it from Michael's. And at Michael's, they always have like 20 or 25% off coupons. So anyway, I mixed up some resin, and I used the Eye Candy red mica powder, and then the Eye Candy, I think it's called Snowflake mica powder, and also the 24 karat gold mica powder that I had used in some previous videos. And I just mixed a small amount of each one, and I actually end up going back and mixing more. So I will link in the description all the different colors and where I purchased them in case you're interested. I think most of them I got on Amazon online. So yeah, the gold is just absolutely beautiful. So I just went ahead and filled the molds. The alphabet ones are very deep molds, and it's your choice as to how deep you fill them. But if you're going to use them for lettering on anything, it's in your best interest to make them all the same depth, or else it'll look kind of funny. So here I'm just go ahead and I'm pouring the different colors into the different molds, and then I go ahead and mix up some more red and pour that in, and I guess some more of the white. I just was really experimenting at this point, trying to see what each color would look like, and here I go mixing some of the colors just to see what each of them will turn out like. So next day I'm going to go ahead and demold them, and these were really sticking to the inside of the molds. So these turned out real pretty, but because the mold was not shiny on the bottom, when you flipped it over, the actual resin is not shiny. So this purple mold here is shiny on the bottom, so the top of the hearts are going to be shiny. I don't really like the way those turned out. I kind of swirled them around thinking you'd get a swirl pattern, but it didn't really work out like that. But you can see the difference, how the one on the right is shiny and the one on the left with the groove is not shiny. And it's all because the actual mold, whether it's shiny or not shiny, is how your resin turns out. And of course the letters are very, very deep, so it's kind of hard to get them out, but they are not sticking like they did to the red cup. I guess these are actually cupcake molds. They're silicone molds meant to go into the oven, except for the, yeah, and even the pink one are all baking molds. I guess maybe you do chocolate in those. I don't know. Now these are two molds that I got from the Dollar Tree, and you can see the one on the left is very flimsy and thin silicone. So I really wasn't sure how that was going to turn out, but for $1.25, what the heck. So the one on the right, the heart-shaped one with all the tiny hearts, was also from the Dollar Tree for $1.25. This is a much thicker mold, more substantial. It's not flimsy at all. So I just mixed up some resin and put some of the red Eye Candy mica powder in, and I thought I would test them both out and see how they worked. Hey everyone, I just wanted to step in real quick and show you these molds up close so that you could see the difference between them. And so here's the one that I said, I'm going to just put the camera down so you can see them all. So here's the one that I said tore. I mean, after the first time, you could tell it was sticking really bad. And after the second time, it stuck. I don't know why. I know these are really baking molds, but they are silicone. And then these are the ones that came out. So you can see how that is not shiny. You can compare it to that side. See how shiny that is? That's the back. And the front is not shiny at all. And if you look in the bottom of the mold, you can tell it's not shiny. And you can compare it to the purple one. And I'm hoping you can see how shiny that is and how this isn't. And so the Dollar Tree molds is so flimsy and thin, but I thought I would try it. And the funny thing is that when you took, they came out of here really good, but they have dents in them. Can you see it? I think you can, because I can see it in the camera. You have, they have all dents in them. So this is really not a very good mold to get. But these this little Dollar Tree mold was pretty good for $1.25. The only thing is, the bottom of it is not shiny, so it's not shiny on the heart that it made. And you could see the other side is shiny. So I picked up these other molds on Amazon. So this was $1.25. You got 5 of these for like $6 or something. So they came out to about $1.25, but you had to get 5 or 6 of them. And if you can see the bottom, you can see how shiny the bottom of that is compared to this. And these came out real nice too. So these are shiny on that side. The only thing is, if you're going to make the Dollar Tree ones, you just want to pay $1.25 and run up there and get some little heart molds. And if you're going to pour resin on it, I'm looking for the heart. I don't know what I did with it. Yeah. If you're going to pour, oh, there it is. If you're going to pour resin over it anyway, it'll make it shiny. So it doesn't matter that it's not shiny when you pop it out of the mold. But there's still cute little hearts for $1.25. You can't go wrong. And it's a pretty substantial mold. It's very thick. It's not like the other one that's so flimsy and thin. But these are really molds, I believe, that are made. Oh, this one says chocolate mold. So this one was really supposed to be for chocolate. So I guess you could use it for both. I don't know. You got to clean them out good, though. And this mold was another baking mold that I had picked up from that Home Sense for $3.99. And this worked out beautiful. This was shiny. And I'm wondering if the ones that are shiny on the inside don't stick as bad, because this is the one that was not shiny at all, and that's the one that ripped. So I don't know if there's a difference with that. But these turned out beautiful, these with the baking mold. And then this other one that has the words or the lettering in it turned out real cute too. Let's see if you can see it. Kind of hard to see that. And in one of them I had put some mica powder in the bottom, but it kind of is hard to keep it from, getting in other areas. So the other thing I was thinking about was maybe you could mix up some resin and mica powder and drizzle it in those letters. That might look pretty too. I haven't tried that yet. And then the other one, the one with the letters, this turned out really good. And this is shiny at the bottom, so the letters came out shiny. And I had no problems with sticking. You kind of had to pop the molds out to get the letters out, but that worked fine. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about the different molds. And like I said, these tiny heart molds that you got 5 or so for $6 or something was at the on Amazon. And these 2 were at the Dollar Tree. These were at that store called, all 3 of these were from the store called Home Sense. And that's part of Home Goods. So all those TJ Maxx and them, they all have it. But I would only get it if it's shiny at the bottom. And like I said, this one I think I got from Michael's. And the other thing is to clean the molds, one of the best ways is to use this paper tape or the painter's tape, and to get into each one, and it pulls all the little resin pieces out. Some people will clean it with alcohol, but they say you can't do that very often because it will ruin the inside of the mold. And you don't want to do anything to scratch the inside of the mold, so be careful with your fingernails. So anyway, just wanted to go over that real quick with you. So for the canvas preparation, I painted it with Artist Loft Iridescent Medium and then mixed up a concoction of varnish. This is actually Artist Gloss varnish that I picked up on Amazon. And you can use any varnish as long as it's clear. And then I use this Unicone Art 24 karat gold mica powder, and it is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And you just need a tiny bit of the Artist Gloss varnish because you want the concoction to be kind of on a thicker side, not real thick, but thicker. And then I went ahead and I taped off the canvas so that it was just on the very edges and a little bit on the top, right around the, outside to outline it. And I just painted it on like you would normal paint. Once that had dried, I put the tape over the other edges and did the other sides. And this takes probably about an hour to completely dry. So next it was ready for the resin. So I mixed the resin up off camera. The resin I'm using is art resin. It's a 1-to-1 ratio resin that you mix slowly in a cup for 3 minutes. This is a thinner resin and it does have a long work time. I just went ahead and drizzled it over the canvas and then took my hand and spread it out on top, and I also spread it around the sides. Some people don't like the resin on the sides, but I like the entire top of the canvas and all the sides to be shiny. Next, I used the kitchen torch to get rid of the bubbles, and I find this easier to do before anything's even on it. And then I go ahead and I put my resin letters and my resin heart on one piece at a time. And then I go ahead and I drizzle some more resin over each of the letters. And I know the letters are already very shiny from the resin, but I think the shinier the better. But you really don't have to do that. But I just chose to do that. It's just a personal preference. And then I had these teeny tiny gold letters, and I put XOXO on top of the heart. I thought that was really cute, especially because they were gold. They're actually jewelry beads that I picked up at Michael's. I think there was a bag of like 200-300 of them for $5.99. And of course they always have coupons there, but I just thought that would look real cute on that. Next, I took this clear iridescent glass that I had picked up from Michael's. I guess I didn't have the camera on when I was putting it on. And this came out around the holidays too, and it's gone again. So you really have to go to Michael's and keep track of what glass they have, because it comes and goes so fast. And they put it on clearance, so it's real inexpensive by the time they have it up just for like 4 weeks, and then all of a sudden it's 70% off. So you have to keep your eyes open. So, but you can use any kind of glass on this. You could use some clear fire glass, 1/4-inch fire glass or whatever. I just thought it looked pretty. I sprinkled it around. And these little jewelry pieces, you might want to glue on ahead of time, because these were kind of slipping around. I had to keep my eyes on them. Hi everyone. Another Valentine creation. Those resin letters, so the trick with them is they're fairly deep. They're at least an inch or more deep. But if you just fill it part way, you can make nice shallow ones. And I think it looks real cute on the canvas like that. And again, I used the paint mixed with the varnish for the gold. It's pretty easy to do. I guess it's just I think it's maybe easier than using the metallic marker. But the other thing is, the other colors like red or green or any other metallic color that you want, they don't have those markers. I guess maybe you can buy metallic paint, I don't know. But you can always mix the mica powders that are metallic with the varnish and do that as a border, and it works really well. And anyway, and then again, there's those little letters that I picked up at Michael's. You get a great big bag for $5.99, and they always have a 20% off coupon on their website. So I thought those were real cute. I'm going to show you this up close. I thought it was just a cute idea for Valentine's, something else to do. And and of course, if you have any yellowed resin, use the mica powder with it, because it'll cover up the yellowing. So I have a video coming out, oh gosh, probably after the Valentine stuff, about using up the yellow resin. Your yellowed resin, don't throw it out, you can still use it. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. That helps the channel. Go ahead and subscribe if you want to be notified of future videos, or if you just like the channel. And I hope you all have a great day. Thanks for watching.